Hello, fashion friends. We are going to look at 8 viral shoe trends for spring 2026 today. And most of these shoes are going to be all about color, texture, and embellishments, but in very wearable styles for you. So I'd love to know which one is your favorite. And remember to love your neighbor and be kind. If you want to add some interest to your outfits and not go over the top in your shoes, maybe find a two-toned shoe because this is going to be a big trend for spring and in lots of different styles. So I'm going to give you some options. The first one is this really cute Mary Jane from Target, which is very affordable. And this one is black and tan woven faux leather, which I just thought was so interesting and it makes it look more expensive in my opinion. I also found this really cute mule loafer that has a bow and it's two-toned in burgundy and blue, which is a beautiful contrasting color combination. And it's just trimmed out in the blue. So it's subtle. And then you're going to see a lot of sneakers. So I wanted to talk about retro sneakers because they have been going strong for a while now. And they come in a lot of bright colors. And then they're usually contrasted with some darker color or lighter colors. And we're still going to see a lot of that this spring. And then I found this really nice glove flat that is green and trimmed out in orange, which just was so interesting to me. And then you're going to see a lot of Chanel inspired options that are in colorways like this that just have the black cap toe over the beige color. And this is a great classic shoe to have. So if you have some of these, pull them out because they're going to be a strong trend in the spring. But I also wanted to mention these really cool sneakers because these are the same pair, but each sneaker has a two-toned color to it. And I just thought it was so interesting. So if you want to maximize and look really cool this season, maybe you could try that. And I've seen this in some other styles too, where the two shoes look completely different. And let me know what you think of that trend. So designers have gone mad for mesh this spring season, which is my next trend that I want to talk about. And I think it's the most viral one for 2026. And so we're going to look at two types of mesh. And the first one is kind of your fisherman netting is what I call it. And it's very prominent in this loafer. So I thought this loafer was a great example of a very classic shoe with a twist for this season. So if you want to update your classic shoes, this is a great way to go. And it just adds beautiful texture to the shoe. Also, some very trendy styles like this flat by Steve Madden, which is one of my favorites. And it kind of has that glove look, so it's going to cover your foot really well. And this also has rhinestones in it, so don't miss that. You're going to find a lot of embellishments on these mesh shoes. And I found this Mary Jane that has studs on it that are pretty sizable. And I thought this was a really cute shoe option for spring and summer with the mesh and the stud combination. And then the second type of mesh is more of your, I call it like a flour sifter type material. So it's just really sheer. And so I thought this Walmart shoe was a great example of something that is classic, like it's your Mary Jane style, but it has that mesh material that's really pretty. And this one is in pink. And I'm telling you, they've gone mad for pink this season too in shoes. I've seen a ton of them. And also this beautiful heel with the peep toe in the front, which is a trend. They say it's a big trend. A lot of articles I've read has said the peep toe is, but I haven't seen a ton of them in store. But this one I thought was really pretty and very subtle, and it has that very subtle mesh on the front. You're also going to find a lot of sneakers that have mesh on them that is actually a see-through mesh. And so this first one is a very cool retro style that's this slim sneaker, which is still a very big shoe trend. And it has that very breathable open weave kind of fisherman netting mesh on it. And also this Sam Edelman, which I thought was amazing. This shoe has been around for a while and they are just making all different styles. And I thought this color with the kind of bluey gray mesh in there was really pretty. And then I found this Hoka, which was a new drop. And this one has that flour sifter mesh. So it's just really sheer and has a very interesting look to it. So definitely keep your eye out because there's going to be a whole lot more coming out this season. And this is definitely a trend that will be around for a while. So grab them now while you can. So if you're not into wearing mesh shoes, you might like the woven texture. So I already mentioned this trend at the first shoe that I showed you, which was that Target shoe that had the two-tone look. So you're going to see a lot of woven shoes, and I thought this pointed toe flat was a great example of a very interesting woven shoe that has a nice texture to it, a nice color, and could be a great upgrade to some of your basic flats. You're also going to find Mary Jane styles, and I thought this Dolce Vita was so pretty with that more open weave to it, and it kind of looks like mesh, but it's done with woven material. And also I found this really cool gold one by Dolce Vita that was interesting. This is a brand new drop, and I've seen some gold shoes for this season, which I thought silver was a thing, but gold might be coming back, and this is a really bright gold. And they've kind of knotted the material, so it looks really interesting. You're also going to find classic styles like loafers that are in the woven leathers, and I thought this pink one was gorgeous, so another pink shoe. And then I found boots that were woven leather and so gorgeous. And this Dolce Vita just stood out to me, so I had to show it to you. But there's also one that is a Loeffler Randall that is on sale that I wanted in the fall. And it's gorgeous, y'all. I love the woven look. It just elevates the shoes and it makes them look a lot more high end. And then you're going to find a lot of woven materials on sneakers. So instead of mesh, you will actually see some faux leather or maybe even just some fabrics that are woven together like this one. And I think that is such a cool look. So this is what brings a lot of texture to the shoes along with mesh. And these are the two trends that we're going to see a whole lot of because shoes just keep getting more and more interesting, in my opinion. So this trend I am super excited about because it's my favorite, and it's ballet sneakers. And I thought this was going to be a fad, and it's not. It is a viral trend, and you're going to see a ton of these. So the first one I want to show you is this Adidas one, which is in a two-tone black and white. And I love the lace up straps. So it goes all the way up the ankle. There's also one by Dolce Vita that I think is really cute. I don't think I like it as much as the Adidas, but this is a great one that's very neutral in color. It's still two-toned though, if you notice that. And then I love the ones that are satin, and this is a full one without the lace up, and I thought this was gorgeous from Anthropologie. So if you don't like all the laces, this would be an awesome option. There's also a viral one that has been out for about a year now, which is the Speed Cat Ballet, and this one is a luxe sneaker, and I really love that they added the straps that are adjustable on it because this normally just has the elastic straps, and I tried this and it was too wide for my feet, so I might have to try this one. I love the silver and brown. I thought it was really cool. There's also one by Rag & Bone that comes in 5 colors, and this is gorgeous. It's part suede and then part canvas material, it looks like, and just so pretty. And I also love this one, which is more of your high-end sneaker, but I had to include it because of all the lace bows. I think that's so cute when they put the bows all the way up the sneaker. And this one looks very ballet-ish, and it is pink. And then you're going to see styles that are more of your Mary Jane kind of ballet sneaker, and they have the Velcro straps. And this one is by Dolce Vita, but I found a lookalike to it at Walmart that's really inexpensive. It's by Time and True, and I thought that was so cute. So there's going to be lots of affordable options out there for you, and I love this trend. I think it's so fun, and I cannot wait to see more come out and then get one for myself, and I'll definitely be putting it in videos once I get it. So this one is going to be for all of you girly girls out there that love everything girly, and this is bows on shoes, and this is going viral. I couldn't believe how many bows on shoes I saw. And the first one I wanted to mention is this flat that has the strap that goes over the foot that is just a bow, and it's so cute in 3D. And this one comes in a couple of colors. I also like the elevated flats. So you'll see a lot of the ballet flats or pointed toes like this that have the little bow at the top. And I loved this one because it's also woven leather and just gorgeous. So if you're more of a classic gal that wants a little bit of girly, that's perfect. And this sneaker I fell in love with. This is by Puma, and it is a brand new drop, and it just has little blue bows that they've tied up the laces, and I love this color combination. We're going two-toned here again with some interesting colors. And then some jellies. So we're still going to see jellies, and I thought this jelly flat sandal was so cute with the little one-sided bow on it, and this did come in a couple of other colors as well. If you're going on vacation, that would be a cute one. and a lot of heels that have the multiple straps and bows on each strap. And this one is also two-toned. So we're seeing a lot of interesting shoes and I'm loving it. But the bows have also gotten ginormous. And so I had to show you this Loeffler Randall shoe that is just a mule that has this just very big bow on it. And I think it's so cute. And there are lots of other designers that have done shoes like that. And then I found these Converse sneakers in pink with pink bows all over them. I just died. I had to show you guys because I thought this was so girly and so cute. And I really want these, but I did not buy them. So let me know if you think I should. But I'm loving the bows and we're seeing them done in lots of interesting ways. So for those of you that love the preppy trend, you're going to love this next one. And it's boat shoes, which I thought this was going to be a fad when it came out last year, but it's not. It's growing and growing strong. So this is a very classic style that I want to show you. And you'll see a lot of the classic styles. And I thought this was nice and neutral and is something you could wear with a lot of different things. But then I found these Sperry shoes that are leopard print, and these are actually a calf hair as well. So that was a very interesting spin on a boat shoe that I would actually be interested in because I'm more of your trendy girl and I love that. And then I found some high-end brands creating these, and this is a mesh option by Miu Miu, and I had to show it to you because I just thought it was really cool, and I might actually wear something like that. And then a two-toned option, which I thought was interesting. This is another high-end brand, but this has a little bit more of a masculine feel, and it's a different iteration of a boat shoe, but I still thought it was really cool. And you're also going to find some with studs on them. So I had to show you this one from Anthropologie, which was very interesting. And then you're going to see a spin on it where you're going to find platforms. And so I had to show you this platform, and it's pink. So I told you there were going to be a lot of pink shoes, but if you want that boat shoe look, you don't have to stick with the classic. You're gonna have lots of options for more trendy and more styles that just have a very modern spin on them. Another classic style that is very on trend for spring is mules, and you're going to see a lot of cool modern styles in these. You've already seen some throughout the video, but I really wanted to talk about the slipper mules, which is like this lavender one. So they're very flat, very flexible, cozy, soft materials, and I think these are going to be the easiest to wear. And this is kind of a newer mule trend, and I think we're going to see a lot of options like this. But you're also going to see just normal mules, but with a little bit more elevated materials like this suede and leather woven one, which I thought was really interesting. And then I found one that had cutouts that I just thought was so good. And this is a great spring look, kind of goes along with the woven and mesh look. And let's talk about woven shoes because this mule is so cool in this green. I found this at Anthropologie and I just thought it was so pretty, and it only comes in this color, and it was pretty popular from what I saw. And you're also going to find really cool sneaker mules, which I think they're cool, but I'm not sure I would wear them yet. But I do love this Gola retro style, which we're going to see a lot of these retro styles. They're convenient. You can just slip them on and go, but I also loved this Prada one because one, it was navy suede and it's that slipper style. So it's really, really flat, but it still looks like a sneaker. So very, very cool, very expensive if you can afford that. If not, hopefully we'll see some other versions that are more affordable like that. But I also love just the mules that are neutral that have studs or some type of embellishment on them. So I really love these from Walmart and I have these and they're great. If you want to see them, I have them in my last haul. And then this is going to take me to my next trend coming up. So of course, now we're going to talk about studs on shoes, which add a little bit of edge, but when you mix them with some feminine details, I think they look really good. So the first shoe is this sandal that has studs, bows, and it's multiple straps. So it just is very feminine and pretty with a little bit of edge. And I just love this. And you're going to find some simple styles, but still this one has straps that are pretty that go around the foot, and the studs, again, just add a little bit of interest here. And then you're going to see a lot of ballet flats that have studs on them. And I thought this one was interesting because it's just on the straps that go up the ankle. So very, very pretty. And I wanted to show you this wedge because wedges are supposedly coming back in style, but I haven't seen a lot of them yet. So I wanted to mention it. And I thought this one with the rich suede, which we're going to see a lot of rich suede in shoes as well. And then you mix it with studs and it just has a rich, cool look to it. And then I found this Chloe shoe, which is another high-end shoe, but I thought this was beautiful in this white with the gold studs all over it. And it's a little bit Western, so we're going to see some Western styles as well, which is kind of where the stud trend has come from. And then there was this moto style slingback by Steve Madden. And Steve Madden has created these in lots of solid leathers, but I thought this one was very interesting with the multi-sized studs on it. So you're going to have a lot of options. You can go very little or very much in your studs and just add a little bit of edge to some of your feminine looks. So I hope you are looking forward to spring like I am, and I am so excited about all of those shoe styles. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.